o'clock on December 10, 2019. Please stand for invocation by Ms. LeBlanc.
Hello, everyone. Since it's holiday time and Christmas time, I'm going to read a little poem. It's called May We Be Grateful. We are blessed today with enough to eat. May we be grateful. We are blessed with clothes to wear. May we be grateful. We are blessed with shelter from the elements. May we be grateful. We are very well blessed today. May we remember that there are many people who do not have these blessings. May we be grateful enough to help others when we can.
Amen.
The Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
God bless America. Thank you. Fire evacuation. In case of emergency, we have the exit to the rear of the chamber or out to my left, your right, and left down to the rear parking lot, down the stairs. Can we have a roll call, please?
Mr. LeBlanc?
Here.
Mr. Salazar?
Here.
Mr. Rutledge? Mrs. Costa?
Here.
Mrs. LeBlanc?
Here.
Mrs. Hall?
Here.
Mr. Ryder?
Here.
Chairman Krusell?
Here.
Thank you.
Mr. Rutledge messed up his knee on black ice, so be careful of black ice tomorrow. Board guests, Mr. Drezek.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Tonight I want to welcome in recognition of our Enfield High School Fall Athletics recognition, I'd like to welcome Athletic Director Mr. Corey O'Connell, and Mr. O'Connell will introduce our fall athletes.
Welcome, sir.
Hello. Thank you for having me. Before we get to the fall athletes, I just want to provide a few updates. One, Enfield High School was awarded the Flanagan Grant through CAS CIC. And what that is provided us $5,000 to develop our new esports program at the high school. Dan Wabno, a music education teacher at the high school, is spearheading that directive, and with our hopes that we will start competing in 2020, so in February. And as far as the amazing student athletes behind us, summary of the individual sports will be provided by some of our student athletes, but obviously student comes first, and I'm very proud to say that in this past season, 96.5% of our student athletes maintained their academic eligibility, and even more astonishing, 54% of them earned either honors or high honors, with 115 achieving high honors and 53 achieving honors. It was kind of a mind-blowing number when I put those numbers together. It's a testament to the hard work that these student athletes provide. Now we will hear from the student athletes to give a little summaries of their seasons. First up, cross country.
Hi, my name is Ethan O'Farrell, cross country.
And I'm Sean Selesky.
Oh, I'm the coach, Rob Barnes. Okay. I'm not speaking tonight, though.
So overall, the cross country team had a very strong season. The boys varsity finished with a 6-9 record, the girls with 4 wins of their own. Dan White and myself earned all conference, and for the first time since 1993, Dan both qualified for the State Open and New England's, earning a spot on the all-state team. The best highlight for the season has to be our team's performance at the Harry Garrity Invitational. The boys varsity finished first overall, and both athletes on the JV, varsity, girls and boys teams brought home medals, which is very exciting. As Director already mentioned, to any athlete, academics is important, but especially to runners, we like to maintain high academic performance in the student-athlete balance. 12 out of our 34 members are also members of the National Honor Society. Thank you.
And Phil Hockey's next.
Just 5 seasons ago, when there were still 2 high schools, Enfield High didn't even have enough field hockey players to have a JV game. This year, including players and managers, there was a total of 46 girls, 11 seniors, 8 juniors, 9 sophomores, and 18 freshmen. We were able to have a varsity, JV, and freshman team.
Our varsity team has seen a lot of changes since the two of us and the rest of the senior players first stepped foot on the field as freshmen. Our freshman year was the first season we were combined as one high school. We changed divisions from S to L. Cookie retired after 52 years, and I think we have worn 3 different uniforms. With this season's record, the class of 2020 finishes its 4 years with an overall record of 59 wins, 11 losses, and 3 ties.
This year felt like a brand new start for us. We were determined as a team to prove ourselves. We started the preseason off with taking home the gold at the Nutmeg State Games. We worked hard and saw success at Turf Burn and the Amy Romano Day. Coach Bartholomew Pliska and Coach Bender were announced as the coaches. As soon as the season started, we went to work. Coach B continued the tradition of taking us to Maine, where we were really able to work together as a team, learn each other's strengths and weaknesses on the field, and bond off the field.
We ended our regular season with a 10-5-1 record, which earned us a spot in the qualifying round for the state tournament. Although we fell short with a 2-1 loss against Brian McMahon, we have had a lot of accomplishments to celebrate, including exciting overtime wins against Avon and Suffield. Our team scored a total of 36 goals. Off the field, 8 of our players and managers earned honors for the first marking period, and 25 earned high honors. Graduating the only goalie that the sophomores, junior, and seniors have played with was tough. Mia Jensen really stepped up this year, and when you look at our record and see 18 goals against us, what you don't see is the 142 saves that she recorded this season. While the goals our team scored is important, the saves that Mia made are just as important. The 2 of us have been asked to speak before you tonight because we are the 2 of 3 that earned all-conference recognition this year. Rachel Tweedley has been a solid player from game 1. The front line puts a lot of faith in her to be ready to score and to help make plays happen, and she has not let us down. Rachel recorded 7 goals and 5 assists this season. Just as impressively, Rachel has been an absolute standout on the defensive side of our game, always where she needs to be with her stick down and attacking the plays aggressively. She is still undecided if she wants to play field hockey in college, but I have no doubt whatever decision she makes, she'll be successful. Rachel was a co-captain with me this year, and I know that she has left a lasting positive memory with the younger players.
Shannon Cato, one of the fastest players on our team. Shannon joined the field hockey team just last year as a junior. Never playing before, Shannon had an immediate mark on our team. She recorded 4 goals and 3 assists this year. The team could always count on Shannon to arrive first to the ball and make a play. Shannon, along with her always bubbly and positive attitude, has always been a positive asset to our team. We are always excited to see what the future holds for Shannon, and who knows, maybe Shannon next year could be playing with us again. Congratulations, Shannon. Jayana Montigny. Jayana quickly became known as the player that the other teams had to put 2 girls on this year. Her ability to read the play, along with her speed and stick skills, made her a key player for us. Jayana recorded 15 goals and 7 assists this season. Her dedication and leadership as a co-captain is truly inspirational and attests to the kind of person she is. In addition to earning all-conference, Jayana has also earned all-state. Being recognized as an all-state player in the Division L is truly an honor, and for Jayana to be chosen is very well deserved. Jayana is currently waiting for a few more college acceptance letters to come in before making a final decision about where she is going to play next year. But who knows, Rachel and I might be playing against her. Congratulations, Jayana.
Thank you for having us tonight, and congratulations to all the fall sports team and all of the players that are being recognized tonight. Now football.
My name's Owen Lawler.
And I'm Alex Martinez.
We're representing football. This is our coach.
James Liver, good evening.
I'll be talking more off the field success we had this year. Throughout like 40 guys we had a very small team this year facing all the double L schools. We had 20 honors and 13 high honors, which I think is pretty good. We also were lucky enough to have 9 all-conference players this year. Me, myself, Alex, Cody Stager, Talon Stager, Wyatt Raymond, Jalen Brown, Ethan Anburn, Nick Miller, and Malachi Wright.
So we didn't really get the way we wanted in the season. We kind of really had like high aspirations for ourselves. We kind of really wanted to break that 500 mark. You know, I don't know like if you guys know what I'm talking about when I say that, but like 500's like having more wins than losses, or like even just breaking even. But we were really striving to like get to that goal, and it's something we didn't really do. But along the way, we found out really kind of what the team was made of, and it's not really about this certificate right here for winning our division. It's not really about this trophy right here, about winning the Route 5 rivalry. I guess I wasn't holding it close enough. But it's not really all about that. It's kind of like turning young boys into men, as I hear the coaches say a lot, you know. We went 4-6, not terrible. We still ended up having enough wins in the conference or in the division to win the division. But it's about how we gelled together. You know, we had hardships all throughout all the 4 years, you know, especially junior year with the death of a close friend of all of ours. And it just really shows how much, you know, we coaches work us and how much that we wanted out of the season and on the boys' soccer.
All right, I'm Matt Santi.
And I'm Keegan Ream. Yeah. Okay. So this year was an interesting year for us. Our record was deceiving. It was 3-10-3. But you know, team morale stayed positive all year, and the coaches helped us to be, you know, kept our heads high all year. And then Andrew Komet, the other captain, and myself just did our best to make sure everyone on the team just made sure that, you know, results are tough to get all the time, especially when we had a lot of injuries this year. Matt, our goalie, not really a soccer player, and this is his first sport. It's like his third or fourth sport, and made a sacrifice. Last 2 years played goalie, played outstanding, got all conference this year. But like little things like that, and people being hurt, important people for us, seniors, it hurt our results and all that. And we tied and lost a few games that maybe we could have got results. And then if those went in our favor, then we would be in the state tournament. So that was unfortunate. But last year we had a chance to go to the state tournament, and Ram took that away from us, and we lost on our last game of the season for us. And then this year, we had the chance to return the favor, and we beat them on our senior night. Senior Jared Barr scoring his first varsity goal ever to knock Ram out of the state tournament. So that, you know, it was a cherry on the icing. We sent 2 players all conference this year, Matt Santi and myself. We have 3 student athletes pursuing collegiate careers, 1 already. And it's just, the soccer team's more about making good people, not necessarily just solid soccer athletes, because we value that more than just being just a robot and athlete. We had numerous I can't think of the word. Yeah, numerous team bonding stuff, but numerous refs and all that, referees come up to us after the games and say, you guys are great. You guys, you know, really showed a lot of sportsmanship, even though you were getting beat, and, you know, maybe the other team wasn't being so respectful to you. You guys always showed class and maintained sportsmanship and never really lost that. So we thought that was really important, and we kept that all year, you know. And yeah, that's pretty much how our season went. On to girls soccer.
My name's Madison Daly. I'm a senior on the girls soccer team.
I'm Morgan Ludwig, and I'm a junior on the girls soccer team.
Right. Although our record might not seem like we had the best season, I think overall we had a really positive season this year. We showed a lot of growth from the beginning to the end. For example, at the beginning of the season, we lost 7-0 to Tolland, which has always been a hard game for us. But then at the end of the season, we played them, and we were competing with them so well, but we ended up falling short 2-1. But I think that overall, we really like harp on being a student, not just an athlete. We had almost 80% of our girls be on the honor roll, and we also like to be involved in the community, and we go to Hazardville each year and we play soccer with the kids, and it's always something that's really positive. So I think the girls soccer team is really positive, not just on the field, but off the field as well.
This year we faced like a lot of challenges. We had a lot of girls out on injury, and we also had to bring up a lot of young girls. We had like so many freshmen this year, a lot of sophomores because we lost a lot of seniors, and we were forced to kind of mix everybody around, play new positions, including myself. I've been a field player my entire life, and this year I had to play goalie. We had no goalie, but I ended up loving it. Comes challenges, comes benefits. We ended up having so many versatile players, and I think next year we're going to be totally prepared for varsity. I think we can make it to states if we have all these players ready to go. And we also had two amazing all-conference people, Madison and Jessie Marcotte. She's not here, but they really were like MVPs this year, and they kept us in it. And yeah.
Ann Morgan was MVP. She had 153 saves this year, and she just started being goalie. Next is girls swimming.
Hi, my name is Caitlin Gannon. I'm representing the girls swim team. This is my coach, Debbie Goodman. And we had a wonderful year this year. We improved for the third year in a row. And this season, bringing our total to 5 wins and producing 2 all-conference and all-state athletes. We beat Bristol Eastern and Rocky Hill at their pools, which is a big deal because our pool, we can't have diving, but they can. So that gives them automatic 13 points. And we gained enough to go over that. And at the end of the season, our senior night, we pulled out a win against East Hartford. And that came down to the last relay. The officials were trying to disqualify us for some things, but we made sure that we were going to win this relay, and we weren't going to let them disqualify us for anything. And at states, Grace Ferris earned all-state honors in the 200 IM while setting a new school record, and also broke her own school record in the 100 backstroke. And last I knew, speaking of grades, she's top of her class for 2021. And Jasmine Uricchio earned all-state honors in the 500 freestyle, and also broke a 22-year-old school record in the 100 butterfly. And overall, it was the best season our team has had in the past 4 years. And from my experience, this is the best year I could have ever asked for. So, thank you.
Hi, I'm Haley Picard.
I'm Vivian, and okay, never mind. Hi, and then I'm Megan, and we're the captains of the Enfield girls volleyball team. This season we had a lot of firsts. It was one of the best seasons of girls volleyball that Enfield has ever seen. Not only did we make the CCC tournament for the first time this decade, as well as states, we saw tremendous growth as teammates. Our varsity coach, who couldn't be here tonight because she's not feeling well, Judy Joslin, pushed us in every way to achieve many goals this season. The passion on the court every single day was something that we had never felt before as Eagles. I can speak for all of us when I say that we built the strongest connection this season, not only as teammates, but as friends. Off the court, we spent our time participating in team bonding activities and contributing to the community through volunteering at the Alzheimer's Walk. Some of our players' notable accomplishments, including Haley Picard, making the most kills of any girls volleyball player attending Enfield High, and became a 2-time all-conference athlete. Cassandra Dean broke the previous record number of assists, doubling the number. Although we had some outstanding players, every player on the team accomplished some of their own goals. We owe all of our success to our teammates and coaching staff. We are so grateful for the opportunity to play sports in high school with the people we care about. Thank you for your time and support.
Thank you for giving us some time to provide some insight as to what these amazing student athletes do every year. Thank you for your support year round, and go Eagles.
Why don't we get all the athletes up here and line up in front just to get on TV, all of you. Block us, go stay right in front of us. And Morgan, I'm glad you didn't get to talk for 45 minutes from your father. So thank you. So how about we all give him a round of applause one more time?
Anybody taking pictures?
Taking pictures, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Better look.
Okay, thanks, guys.
And for those who spoke, you did a great job. I think I want to make student board members. So we could go sit out there and they can come up here and talk.
Do we have an opportunity to say something?
Yes, please, Ms. LeBlanc, before they go.
I'm just going to say something before you guys go. First of all, I want to congratulate you guys. You guys are the first graduating Eagle class. You've never been a Falcon or a Raider. You've just been Eagles from day one. I definitely see Eagle pride. Since we became Eagles, there's been some growing pains. The soccer teams talked about their records not really reflecting the effort. But I think it's great that you had two people step in and take over a position. That just means that you guys love the game, you love the team, and you have a lot of Eagle pride. So I don't care what your record was, just seeing you up here and knowing you've been successful students and citizens is what's most important. Congratulations to the field hockey team and the girls volleyball team and swimming. Congratulations to football again. Football's been put in a tough position. They're getting to be the first football team in I don't know how many years that have brought home a division flag. So I think that's pretty exciting since you've played some pretty tough teams. We retained the Route 5 rivalry trophy, so that's exciting. But I want to congratulate all of you because sometimes being a student athlete isn't always easy. There's higher expectations for you. Showing up every day sometimes when you're on a team that is struggling maybe to finish and get those wins says a lot about your character when you can still be positive, and it says a lot about the coaches. So if you know me, you know athletes are near and dear to my heart, and I wish you all the best of luck in the rest of your senior and junior years, and go Eagles. Thank you.
Anyone else? Mr. Ryder.
I echo everything Tina said, but specifically I wanted to thank Coach Batista and the girls soccer team at Enfield High because, to their point, they have volunteered a lot. I see all of our athletes out around town a lot, but specifically at Hazardville Memorial School. They've helped us from things like decorating the hallways for the Halloween parties for the kids to putting on soccer clinics. And women's soccer is having a moment nationally. And I think that they really look up to seeing you there. I think to them, you guys are the heroes. So I just wanted to thank you guys for that personally. Thank you.
Mr. LeBlanc.
Well, this was definitely one of my favorite nights. I love the athletes over at Enfield High. You guys are great, all of you. And soccer, I got to recognize my old coach there. He's great. He'll teach the boys well in soccer. Love the Route 5 rivalry. And you guys really have a lot of you set the tone for the new kids who are going to take over. So good job, football boys. Field hockey, amazing. All the athletes, and now we have the winter season. So it's great to see the town come out and support the high school and all the athletes, and continue to do so. And go Eagles.
Great job. Great job on the honors and the high honors and the volunteering. I was at the rivalry game with the mayor and Mr. LeBlanc, and when we went up to pay, it was 2 adults and 1 student.
I'm not going to live that down.
Go Eagles. That's all I can say. Thank you again. And if you wish, you may depart.
Actually, before everybody goes, I know this evening is always about the kids and doesn't stay to the mantra of not wanting to hear myself speak, but I want to give a special thanks to our athletic director, Mr. O'Connell. None of this is possible without the work that goes on behind the scenes and Ms. LaFleur in his office. But those of you, if you go back a number of years and look at the previous times our athletic department would come and present to the board, you'll see a noticeable difference. Not just in how our kids look, but how our kids present, and the professionalism that our kids are making us all extremely proud of, and that starts with the direction of Mr. O'Connell. So I wanted to thank him while you're all here. Especially when there's a cancellation or you can't get a bus, lay off of him. Give him a break. The weather's not his fault.
Thank you again, folks. Good night, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
Better when we were Prudence Crandall and the fifth graders.
6B, Mr. Drezick.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Tonight, we're pleased to announce the Daughters of the American Revolution American History Award recipient Teacher of the Year, Mr. John Unghire, JFK Social Studies teacher. Mr. Unghire was recognized last week as a recipient of the DAR Outstanding American History Teacher Award. A summary of the outlining criteria recognizing teachers for this distinguished award is enclosed in your packet. And at this point, we'd like to welcome Mr. Unghire.
Thank you. Thank you for having me here this evening. I'm honored to be here. This is the Penelope Terry Abbey Chapter's Daughters of the American Revolution Outstanding Teacher of American History Award in recognition of outstanding contributions to foster a spirit of patriotism and loyal support of our country and constitutional government. First, just wanted to thank the Daughters of the American Revolution for this award, and for Councilwoman Cindy Mangini for sponsoring me. As a product of the Enfield School District, I'm thankful for all the efforts that the board has done over the years, and for the district coordinator for Social Studies Department, Joel Sine, who's here also for supporting all of us, and for the staff at John F. Kennedy Middle School for all the things that they've done. And I could not be successful without all of their efforts and all of your efforts as well. So, thank you.
Thank you. Any questions, Mr. LeBlanc?
Not really a question, but just a comment. Very deserving, and it's teachers like you who make the difference, and that's important. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Ms. LeBlanc.
I was just going to say, having had a student at JFK, when students find out that they have Mr. Unghire, it's synonymous with a yes. Like, they're very excited that they have you, and you do a lot for JFK and the students, and we thank you for that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Anyone? Ms. Hall.
I have a question for you.
Sure.
What is your favorite area in American history to teach?
My favorite area is the American Civil War, is my favorite.
And do you do both before and after, or during?
Yes, we do kind of all in between. Certainly the causes of the Civil War. I find it's a turning point in American history. Historians argue that it was considered the R to is argument, that the United States was seen as a plurality, a collection of states, and then going through this experience has created a united singular nation. And the United States is a nation, and so to kind of see that experience and kind of how it transformed the fabric of who we are today and how it continues to shape and mold the present, I think it's an endless study, either through the culture and through military and then through leadership, through the examples of Lincoln and other leaders of the era, to kind of convey all of that to students. And a very complex time period to convey to 8th graders can be challenging, but there's a lot of source material to make it very accessible and to make it lasting and impactful for them is is something I enjoy and at least try to do.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Thank you, sir.
Great.
Thank you for what you do. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Steve.
Congratulations again. Number 7, Superintendent's Report, Mr. Drezek.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We have our 2 student reps here this evening, so I'll allow you to decide who goes first.
Madison was here first, so we'll let Madison go.
So today was Human Rights Day at Enfield High School, where there were multiple student-led presentations during Eagle Hour, each one showcasing a different serious topic. I know I myself did global climate change, so this was a great opportunity for the students to get involved in current events and create a voice for themselves that we're not. We don't usually do that during class, so we all got together, and it was just a really good experience that also involved extra credit, which is something we all like to do, and motivation for everyone to attend. So it was just a really impactful event. There was different things like racial colorblindness, cultural appropriation, and feminist rights, and it was just a really moving experience. So.
Thank you. Daniel?
So on Saturday, we have I don't know how many it is, but we have the annual Rachel's Challenge Pancake Breakfast at the St. Patrick's Church, I believe, right down the street. Tomorrow, we have the Reese Across America pending your decision.
Not to put you on the spot.
Dan?
So if we...
That's Mr. Drizzle to you.
If we do have school tomorrow, Enfield High School is going to be sending 2 or 3 students over to Parkman to record the ceremony and edit a video. And I think that's it.
Thank you. Mr. Drezek.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thanks again, Dan. And thank you again, Ms. Strongheart. I get an opportunity, but I think just in the answer to your question, Ms. Hall, I think it's pretty well evident why Mr. Strongheart is in such high regard and how grateful we are to have him teaching our kids in Enfield. So congratulations again, John. We're extremely lucky to have you as part of the Enfield Public School staff, although that wasn't in my report. All Enfield Public Schools will be closed on December 23rd. This is not about tomorrow, through January 1st for the Christmas/New Year's break. Central office will be open on Monday the 23rd, Tuesday the 24th, and Friday the 27th. Schools, everyone will return on Thursday, January 2nd. We wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. A list of December events is in your packet. And I was planning on saying this anyway, Dan. But as most of you probably are aware, that there is some possible weather looming this evening, and that could have an impact on whether the Wreaths Across America ceremony is being held. At last check, the forecast is not going to be significant. However, the timing might not be ideal for morning travel. In the event, tomorrow is also an early release day, which makes it a little bit more challenging. So if in the event there is a need for a delay tomorrow, we will still have school. There will be a delay and as well as an early release. So it'll be an extremely shortened day for students tomorrow in the event that does take place. However, after speaking with Ms. Gates, in the event that we are required to call a delay tomorrow morning, the Wreaths Across America ceremony unfortunately will not be able to be held because the students at Parkman will enter at 10:40 and leave at 1:30, and there's just not enough time to feed them lunch and get them as part of the ceremony as well. But we're hoping that that's not the case, but obviously everyone's safety and the safety of the drivers and the convoy is important as well. So I don't have anything further to share at this point because like last week, the 1.5 inches we were supposed to get turned into 14. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed that they're wrong yet again, and this will continue to be Mr. Drizzle for the remainder of the evening, and everyone go to school on time, and Dan can film Wreaths Across America tomorrow. But in the event, I would tell everyone to check Twitter first thing tomorrow morning. We'll try to get a decision as soon as possible. That will conclude the superintendent's report.
Thank you, Mr. Drezek. Audiences?
We have none.
We have none. I declare audiences closed. Board member comments? Tito, you were first, if you want to be first.
I don't have much. I'm hoping that the weather holds out. Again, I hope they're wrong and the storm stays more south because Wreaths Across America is one of my favorite events that I get to attend. tomorrow. It's a wonderful ceremony, and what the kids do is absolutely wonderful. And honoring the veterans is amazing. Other than that, I just want to wish everyone a safe and happy holiday and a safe and happy New Year.
Mr. Salazar.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I just wanted to congratulate Prudence Crandall Elementary. Several of us attended the event last Friday where the fifth grade students recognized Enfield Police Lieutenant Keith Parent, who's currently stationed overseas serving the military. It was a very touching event for several of us attended here on the board. And Lieutenant Parent was able to attend the event from overseas through audio and video. The students collected edible goodies and some gifts that were received on his behalf by Chief of Police Alaric Fox. And Chief Fox, in turn, will mail these gifts and cards that were created by the students, make sure that Lieutenant Parent receives them. I also wanted to give a shout out to a student at Prudence Crandall, Charlie. Just wanted to say hi. I hope he's watching tonight. And want to wish everybody a very Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and Happy Holiday Season to everyone.
Thank you, Mr. Salazar. Mr. LeBlanc.
All right. Well, snow's the topic tonight. And if there is the chance for snow, I hope it's done for the rest of the year. But there's that chance. Just a friendly reminder to please shovel the sidewalks if you have them, for the kids don't have to, walk through the snow and can get to the bus stop properly, including walking in the street. We just don't want the kids doing that. So make sure the sidewalks are clear for kids can get to their bus stop safely. Winterfest is also tomorrow over at the Stowe gym. It's a great family event from what I hear, and I'm looking forward to that and attending. And last but not least, a shout out to the culinary students at Enfield High School. I was informed that they cooked or prepared around 50 turkeys for the Enfield Loaves and Fishes. So they deserve recognition in doing that, and I think that's great because the students are taking action and putting it forward into our local community. So I really applaud all those students who helped out with that. That's it.
Thank you. Mr. Ryder.
So Friday of this week is PJ Day. Enfield Public Schools PJ Day for the kids of CCMC, so everybody can wear their PJs to school. Do you want to?
Is that your favorite?
Come with me? Well, these have llamas, and llamas are having a moment. Yep. Llamas and girls soccer are having a moment.
Okay.
Yep.
Women's soccer.
Women's soccer too, and our girls soccer here at Enfield. So again, to all the PTOs that have helped do special events, I know at Eli Whitney they're going to have a pancake breakfast for all the students on Friday on PJ Day. Students are being encouraged to bring in an optional donation of $1 for the opportunity to wear their PJs to school, and every penny collected will go to the children of CCMC, specifically to the Blood and Cancer Research Division. So I'm a huge supporter of that, and I can't wait to go around to all the schools on Friday and say hi to everybody. And
Wearing your PJ?
Wearing my PJs, yes. Also at Hazardville Memorial School this week, they have a PTO meeting tomorrow on the 11th. December 12th and 13th, they're doing their Kids Corner Holiday Shop. Also on the evening of the 12th is the HMS Winter Concert at the Town Municipal Annex. PJ Day for Kids is also at Hazardville on Friday. As I mentioned, Eli Whitney's having a pancake breakfast this Friday for PJ Day for Kids. Next week, December 16th through 20th, is their Spirit Week. As far as what's happening on which days, of course, you can find that on enfieldpto.com/Eli Whitney. Also on tomorrow, because there won't be any snow and the Wreaths Across America parade will happen as scheduled. This is the parade route again. So they're going to have a station off of exit 49. They're going to travel south on Route 5 from exit 49 to South Road. So they'll pass the high school, the Eagle Academy, and Enfield Street School, turning left on South Road to Raffia. They'll turn right on Raffia. They'll pass John F. Kennedy Middle School. Then they'll turn right on Weymouth to head to Parkman. So if you are a resident, if you are attending one of those schools, or if you have a business anywhere along the parade route, we really encourage you to come out, to wave, to see the spectacle, because it really is a great thing. Lori Gates has done a great job with this year after year after year. They have never or almost never visit the same town twice, and they've come through here several years in a row. And it's because of the support that the town of Enfield shows to not only this program, but on the day that they travel through our town and end up at Parkman for a short ceremony. And if you can't make it out, or if you're not along the parade route tomorrow morning, please come out on Saturday at noon to the St. Patrick's Cemetery, also on Route 5. That's where all the wreaths that we've sponsored through First Readers, through all the PTOs, through all the donations in town, through all of our residents, that's where when all of these wreaths will be placed at the cemetery of our veterans on Saturday at noon on the 14th. So after your Rachel's Pancake Breakfast, head over to the cemetery for noon for that ceremony. Again, I was able to thank them before they left, but I wanted to thank Coach Batista again and the Enfield girls soccer team, who have been great volunteers, great partners with me at HMS for years. And I also wanted to wish a happy holidays and a happy new year to the residents of Enfield, to the staff of Enfield Public Schools, and specifically the students of Enfield Public Schools. I hope you have a great, happy, and healthy new year. I'll see you before this year ends, but I look forward to seeing you again in 2020. Thank you.
Ms. Hall?
Sure. I have a miscellany of notes that I collected. Relative to snow, first of all. That snowstorm we had when it was supposed to be 1 or 2 inches and we got 14 was wonderful snow for snowmen. But I have not seen very many snowmen. I may be in the wrong neighborhoods, but I haven't seen any. I'm disappointed. Nor have I seen any snowball fights, which is more fun. Today is Emily Dickinson's birthday. She was born in 1830, for those of you who are not aware. But she's become more popular all the time with her very brief but very sincere poetry with a lot of deep meaning. And the Merriam-Webster Dictionary Company has decided that the word of the year is they. No further comments. Box tops for schools has been something that almost every time I have been on the board, I have brought to the attention of everybody in the neighborhood. Because at least twice a year, I visit my local school, which is Prudence Crandall, and deliver my collection of box tops. But they changed it. They changed it significantly in 2 different ways. One for the technological, so now you can collect your points on your cell phone. But another way is that they no longer have the products that I have been collecting box tops from for years. And so I feel like I'm cheating somewhere along the way, because I no longer have box tops to deliver. But there's another way to support your schools, and that's called Donors Choose. It's effectively a crowdfunding for schools, and that's schools nationwide. It's donorschoose.org, and you can go on there and look for schools that might need something. Today's special request was from a school in New Haven who is looking to supply enough food for breakfast and lunch for their students. And this surprised me because it was Hall High School that was seeking this help. I just don't expect Hall High in New Haven to be that needy, but apparently it was a big deal. But I have donated to schools in Enfield, and in fact, several other states as well, depending on what interests me at the time I read the information available. But it is very interesting to see the kinds of things that are being done for schools through this effective crowdfunding. One of the ones that seems to be most popular for elementary schools is a variety of seating that balls that they can sit on, or other variety of chairs for elementary schools seem to be the way they're keeping the kids entertained and working at the same time, because the younger kids like to move. And this helps them to move in ways that are acceptable, like rolling back and forth on this big athletic ball. And I think the last thing I want to do is wish everyone happy holidays, because there are a variety of them to celebrate between now and January 2nd, when school resumes from the season. Enjoy them all.
Thank you. Ms. Costa.
I also attended the assembly at Prudence Crandall last Friday and was extremely impressed. Those kids put a lot into it. They did a great job. It was a wonderful ceremony. I'm looking forward to the Wreaths Across America tomorrow, so I'm counting on not getting the call at 5 o'clock that there's a delay. So please, let's just pray to the snow gods tonight that there is no snow. I was also extremely impressed tonight with our athletes, with the percentage of them that are achieving honors and high honors. That's just remarkable. And they're such well-rounded students. I mean, clearly, they're just a great bunch of kids. And I, too, just want to wish everybody a very happy, safe, and healthy holiday season. And we'll see you back in January. Thank you.
So I attended also Prudence Crandall, so if I say shut down, the reboot,
Loading.
and then there was one with shovels too. I didn't get that one. That was a great ceremony. I also attended Red Robin, and Scott, help me, Donna's last name over at Red Robin. Well, anyway, she knows who she is. She's phenomenal to this town. She any fundraiser she sets it up and gets it going. So the class of 2021 had a fundraiser last Tuesday, I believe it was. We did win a little thing. So we shout out to Donna. She does a great job for the town and any other charities that she promotes. And it's a great, 10%, 10 or 15, I think it's 10% of your proceeds go to the charity, so. Donna Ellis, that's what it was, yes, thank you. So shout out to her, she does a great job. I think that's it, that's all I got. I'm trying to think. Oh, yeah, don't forget, again, the pancake breakfast. Yeah. I am the inspector or I'm the taste tester for the pancakes, so.
How do you get that job?
They just gave it to me. Anyway, yeah, a lot of experience. Anyway, let's continue. Number 10, unfinished business, we have none. Number 11, new business, we have none. Number 12, board committee reports. A, curriculum is meeting Thursday.
A meeting scheduled for We have a meeting scheduled for this coming Thursday at 6 to 7:30. The meeting is open to the public as usual, so if anybody would like to attend, the meeting is being held at the district office, room 211.
Thank you. B, finance.
The Finance Committee met last night. We reviewed finances through November for fiscal year 19 and 20, along with nutrition data and stuff like that. Being my first Finance Committee meeting, I asked a lot of questions, and I got a lot of very good answers. So I do know I have a lot to learn, but we're on the right track. Thank you.
And a shout out to Pat West. She's retiring at the end of the month. She's done a great service to this town, and she will be missed. C, policy.
Policy committee is meeting tomorrow at 5:30.
Okay. D, leadership, we have none. E, joint facilities, we met
Thursday.
No, we're not meeting this Thursday.
No, we met last
We met Thursday, yes. And just went over, trying to get funding for more roofs and more, and stuff like that. JFK was meeting Thursday, but they canceled the meetings until January.
January 2nd, yeah.
January 2nd. Joint Security hasn't met. It will meet in January, I believe. Or?
We also just recently met, and we won't meet again for 3 months. It's a quarterly.
Okay. And no, any other committees? Insurance? No.
March.
All set? Yeah, March. So we move on to 13, approval of minutes, regular Board of Ed meeting, November 26, 2019. Do I have a motion? Moved by Ms. Hall, seconded by Mr. LeBlanc. Any discussion, the changes, show of hands, all in favor? And any opposed? So we have 7 in favor. And a shout out to Kathy. Thank you for doing a great job on the minutes. I did read them, so thank you.
See you soon.
See you soon, and Merry Christmas to you, too. And our special Board of Ed meeting minutes, November 26, 2019.
So moved.
Moved by Ms. Hall, seconded by Ms. Costa. Any discussion? All in favor? 7 in favor, 0 against. Number 14, approval of accounts and payroll for the month of October, November 2019. Ms. Costa.
The Finance Committee met on December 9th to review financial statements for the month of October year-to-date and to examine various documents related to finances. Our review concluded that there is nothing significant to report to the board. I move we accept the superintendent's certification as follows. I hereby certify that in the month of October, total expenditures amount to $6,184,959.31, broken down between payroll totaling $4,194,901.87 and other accounts totaling $1,990,057.44. All payments have been made in accordance with the approved budget and are properly accounted for within the books of accounts. Copies of approval for check invoices are properly documented.
Motion by Ms. Costa.
Second.
Seconded by Ms. Hall. Any discussion? All in favor? 7 in favor, 0 against. One more.
The Finance Committee met on December 9th, 2019 to review financial statements for the month of November year-to-date and to examine various documents related to finances. Our review concluded that there is nothing significant to report to the board. I move we accept the superintendent's certification as follows. I hereby certify that in the month of November, total expenditures amount to $7,962,224.20, broken down between payroll totaling $4,268,153.25 and other accounts totaling $3,694,070.95. All payments have been made in accordance with the approved budget and are properly accounted for within the books of accounts. Copies of approval for check invoices are properly documented.
Motion by Ms. Costa.
Second.
Seconded by Ms. LeBlanc. Any discussion? All in favor? 7 in favor, 0 against. No line item transfers?
No line item transfers.
Number 15, correspondence and communications.
There are none.
Just one more thing. Again, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to everyone. Number 16, is there a need for executive session?
There is, but before you go in, I just want to draw to the board's attention, as well as all the kids did tonight, I want to give special recognition to our volleyball representatives. If anybody noticed any different about the volleyball presentation this evening from all the other kids. They read their whole speech off of their iPad, not off a piece of paper. So thank you again. I'll get that kid's name. She will be valedictorian.
I did notice that.
Yes, we
I
do
did.
need to go to executive session.
So I need a motion to go into executive session for matter related to attorney-client privilege. Motion by Mr. Blank, seconded by Ms. Costa. Any discussion? All in favor? Again, good night. We will not be coming back to TV, but good night. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.